Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakah Kadash. That is all praises to the Heavenly Father in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, in the Lashuan Kadash, this is the Holy Tongue, Paleo Hebrew. We give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. And salutation and blessings to the hopeful Lek Akim. I want to go into what it means to be fit for the Master's use and the characteristics and traits that the men of the Most High would embody to be um, a vessel of the Most High, when keeping in mind that we are simply a tool that the Most High is using for His purposes, man. Okay, as is everyone on this planet, but it, it's the goal of the righteous to be a part of His right side. Okay, to be a vessel unto honor. Okay, a tool that the Most High is going to use that is going to bring Him pleasure. Okay, and in that is humility. Okay, is fear and humility, which it speaks about in the scriptures, is the foundation of faith and obedience, man, of drawing nigh into the Most High. When you look at the men of the Most High in the scriptures, they always had a spirit of a humble spirit of basically, Most High, use me as you see fit. Okay, they were widely um, the Most High's mouthpiece. Okay, so the Most High spoke through them. They weren't their own words, or He used them to work miracles or perform different acts. All right. For example, look at what King David, in the spirit of war, look at what the mighty warriors of the Most High in these scriptures had done to win miraculous military campaigns, man, to win them miraculously when there'd be no chance otherwise for them to come out victorious for such a small number or someone small in stature. Okay, so let's get this in 2 Timothy 2 and 20. It says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. Okay, just like we were going into, Esau is a vessel unto dishonor, but he still is a vessel for the Most High. Okay, they're performing acts and deeds at the behest of the Most High, um, against their own fucking will, man. And that's exactly what Esau, Edom, is. The sword. He's being used as a sword to the earth. Okay, the hammer of the earth, and then 2/3 are going to be used as an example, because that's what the um, executions, right, for an Israelite to be sentenced to death and for him to be killed. That was actually a deterrent for the other Israelites to refrain from transgression, to eschew evil. Okay, and that's exactly what this is going to be in this time. The ultimate judgment lesson, teaching point for Israel. Because when they come back, what does it say? It says it's gonna. How effective is that gonna be? It says they're gonna come back with everlasting shame and contempt in the kingdom, man. Okay, so it's gonna serve its purpose for the 2/3 as well, being a vessel unto dishonor just for that time, though. Okay, just for that final time. Okay, because this is the this time that's preceding the kingdom, is the last um, time of hell, the last empire and kingdom that was ruled by anybody other than the Most High. Okay. It says, if a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified, and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. Okay. So we're to purge ourselves of wickedness, man. Like you just mentioned, to eschew evil. All right. Because it speaks about being being holy, being set apart. Okay. Which is what sacred goes into, man. Sanctified, the purity of Yahweh Bashim Shai, okay, through the rehearsal of the righteous acts and faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai, obedience, okay. It says meat, this word meat for the master's use, it goes into Eucharistos, okay, in the Greek, which is reminiscent of the word a Eucharist, okay. And a Eucharist is basically um, a consecrated object. Okay, let's get in. The Eucharist is consecrated elements. Okay, and it's likened into those things, um, likened into the bread of the the Pesach, right? Ceremonial, different ceremonial elements, but what is that going into ultimately of what the elect is likened into? All right. Are not they consecrated elements? Okay. When you go into consecrated, it basically means to make or declare. To consecrate means to make or declare something sacred. Consecrate. Okay. To make or declare something sacred. So that's what the elect is going to be made unto, man. All right. It says to hmm what does that go into? Salakia, because it goes into a divine purpose. It says to dedicate formally to a divine purpose. We need to say religious, right? Because it's religious or divine. What we go to what applies. It says to dedicate formally to a divine purpose. All right. What's the divine purpose of the elect of the nation of Israel? Okay. There's actually a list of things, and it's in sequential order, starting with what the Most High is using them for in this time as vessels to wake up the elect, the rest of the elect, that like it says to compel them to come in that my house may be filled, but only that it may be filled with the slots that are preordained. Okay, the 144,000 and the 1/3 according to predestination. Okay, and then they're in tandem using the Most High is using these men vessels, the elected nation of Israel, to not only compel the rest to come in, but to also press out the vibration of the destruction of the current regime. Okay, and how effective has that been? We now see this place plummeting with the what's known the term that's been phrased that's been circulated heavily is called a precipitous decline. And when you look at precipitous, just means on the precipice. When something's on the precipice, they're on the edge. Okay, and this place is on a downward spiral, meaning that fucker is tail spinning out of control. The plummet of this place, the downfall, the decline, steep decline, man. So the vibration and the spirit that the men of Yahweh Bashim Shai are putting out is actually tearing this place down. Okay, consuming the heathen with the spirit of his mouth. This place is being consumed, man. Okay, and then he's going to use them as hunters, like it says. And then he's going to use them as the governing body of uh, the universe, man. Of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, primarily, and then out into the rest of the universe, man. Okay, so that's the divine purpose that the Most High is formally dedicating unto the elect. All right, to be meet and fit for the Master's use for that divine purpose. It says to ordain someone to a sacred office. All right, and it says to bless. Isn't the Most High going to bless them? It says he did just to them. He did justify. Uh, Romans 8:30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and to whom he called, them he also justified, and to whom he justified, them he also glorified. All right. So there's a glorification coming to those men, man. To make sacred, to bless. All right. You Christos, to be meet, right? Fit. Strong's definition, easily used. Okay. Useful, profitable, meet for use. And that's why it says the Most High in due time will set up one that is profitable. The uh all the creatures, the honest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. All right. That's what this molding is, and the Most High crafting and molding his elect is going to culminate in. This is what it's going to translate or transition into. Okay, being rulers over the entire universe, the guardians of the galaxy. All right, and in that purging, that's the whole idea of being chastened, to be made hard, to purge the dross and the filth of this place from off of us. Okay, and that's done through sufferings. Like it says, it's you can't even be accepted of the Most High without it. It says, acceptable men are tried in the furnace of adversity to catch hell. Okay, to be brought to a low estate, to not abound in the slightest, and then to be right above poverty, pretty much. All right. It says, flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on Yahweh Shem Shai out of a pure heart. Okay. So in through following righteousness is that faith, which is the foundation. All right. The um faith that's going to flourish. Faith is the prerequisite thing that the Most High is looking upon the earth. Will I find faith in the earth? Right? And then charity, speaks of, which goes into what covers a multitude of sin, and ultimately is the greatest deed. Charity, the charitable act um, of dying for someone, okay, giving your life for another. See, so these are the primary tenets of this thing, and then peace. All right, among the brethren, of course. All right, brotherly love, that we be peaceable with all men. All right, and all that encompasses humility. This is in Ecclesiasticus 19 and 18. The fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Okay, so the fear of the Most High is the beginning of drawing nigh into Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Okay, and fear is synonymous with humility. Okay, because in that fear of the terror, the king of terrors, the terror of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we then completely surrender. Okay, and you realize it right out, any fucking way, you realize wholeheartedly that we're nothing in the sight of the Most High. Okay, but a fucking vapor. Okay, this is in Proverbs 15:33. The fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is instruction of wisdom, is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Okay, linking up fear with humility, man. All right, it's a picture of being completely broken down. Talks about the Most High deals with them that are of a contrite heart and a broken spirit. That word "broken" in the blue letter goes into in pieces. It literally means it says in quotations in pieces. That's how we should be with the Most High, completely broken the fuck down, so that He could build us up. Talks about sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. Because when you're broken, you're now in a position for the physician to heal you. But when you already fucking straight, which nobody's fucking straight, but when you cap like you're straight, the Most High ain't gonna deal with you. You're already good. You don't need to be built up. All right. This is that same word meat. This is Matthew 3 and 8. Bring forth therefore fruits, meat for repentance. Okay. And that's ultimately what the elect is doing. It's almost like that whole concept of paying it forward. It was done to us. The Most High woke us up through the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and in turn, we assume the position. Okay? And in likewise manner, fish for the elect of the nation of Israel, man. To be meat, meaning to be fit and useful, to be profitable, easily used, as it said. All right? And those have to have those foundational attributes, like we just mentioned: fear, humility. All right, the relinquishing of our will, of our fucking the way we try to contrive shit. Okay, this is in John 3:30, but it says, He must increase, but I must decrease. Okay, so it's a picture of us being broken down, our will, like it says, the the heart is desperately wicked, is deceitful above all things. Okay, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. So if we know that that's our default, if we know that that we're prone to that, that it's a propensity in man, it's a constant effort. All right, it's an incessant effort to purge that old man, to break ourselves down, to decrease ourselves so the Most High can increase in us. All right. Here's an example of one of our forefathers with that spirit. And this is ultimately is the spirit of all the prophets, of all the men of the Lord, which are subject into the spirit of the prophets, into that same lot. Because widely these prophets were reincarnated, man. All right. It says Tobit 3 at 1. Salakia, I'll start in 3. Remember me and look on me. Punish me not for my sins and my ignorances and the sins of my fathers who have sinned before thee. Okay, so right off rip, it's an expression likened unto Micah 7 and 9. Okay, it's a posture and a spirit of bearing the indignation of the Most High. Okay, pretty much enduring, going into that patience, enduring all adversity. Okay, hey, and it's fucking heavy. It's not just enduring all adversity. It's the spirit of being willing to endure all hardships and adversity. If you can understand that, it's almost likened to welcoming it. All right, because that's how you're built up in this thing. It says the quality, patience in the etymology, the quality of being willing to bear adversities, calm endurance of misfortune. So it's even they even put an extent to it on the type of endurance. Are we enduring and fucking making a big fuss about it? All right, like it talks about they that fast and put on that face like they're starving and shit. No, we take our licks and it's likened to us not even getting hit. All right, taking it on the chin, like the brothers say to eat those blows, and it's like we're not even fucked up, that fucked up, even though we are. Like it says, the saints shall be worn out by this nigga. All right. To go back to that Micah 7 and 9 that I referenced, to be to bear the indignation of the Most High because we have sinned against them, man. And when you have that, it's automatic humility state, uh, uh, humble state that it takes you to, man. Because it's shame, it's shameful and reproachful to be drenched in sin, and for the things that happen to us, man. Our whole fucking nation is a shame and reproach to the world. How low we have fallen. Okay. For they obeyed not thy commandments, wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil and unto captivity. There's nothing to fucking flex or be or to be proud about, man. Especially our nation, to see uh, how badly we've been destroyed and the state that our people are in. Okay, it should be the outcry of the fucking not even of the millennium, of this entire existence, of this entire existence of mankind since the beginning, since the garden. This should be the single greatest outcry in the history of the planet, man. The atrocities that were done to our people, and how far we have fallen from glory, but at their hands, how the constant attempts to destroy us, man. All right, there's nothing to be laughing about right now, man. Okay, it says, and unto captivity and unto death, and for a proverb of reproach to all the nations among whom we are dispersed. And now thy judgments are many and true. Deal with me according to my sins and my fathers, because we have not kept thy commandments, neither have walked in truth before thee. Okay, so that the whole picture of being meat for the master's use is, and to be contrite and of a broken spirit, and to bear the indignation of the Most High, is to allow the Most High to do whatever He sees fit, and whatever He deems righteous, and whatever He deems that is deserving, that we're deserving of, ma. Okay, and we're gonna get it. That's the whole idea of to be meek. Okay, it talks about them that hazarded their life for the ministry of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. When you go into to hazarded in the blue letter, it goes into being molded. Okay, so it's a picture of the Most High crafting and molding you into the vessel that He deems best, that He seems fit. Okay, us decreasing so He may increase in us. It says, hmm. Now therefore deal with me. Here's the point. As seemeth best unto thee, and command my spirit to be taken from me, that I may be dissolved and become earth. For it is profitable for me to die rather than to live, because I have heard false reproaches and have much sorrow. Command therefore that I may now be delivered out of this distress, and go into the everlasting place. Turn not thy face away from me. And this was just a temporary time that this, Tobit was in this spirit of wanting to get the fuck out of here. And it's a constant spirit that the men of the Lord are in, but sometimes are worse than others, because later you go on to see what went down. Okay, he was in Tobit was in extremely bad shape, but then he eventually married his son off. We're not going to go into all the details, but they overcome they overcame a massive dilemma going into Tobit's wife to be, Tobias's wife to be, Tobit's son. Okay, so they overcame that, and then in tandem, subsequently, his that bad state that he was in was remedied through his vision coming back, man. Through that salve that the angel helped to um to mix. Okay, for it to get his vision back. So um, that spirit that he was in, it was just for that time. Okay, even though that is the general consensus and the desire of the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to get the fuck out of here. Well, we know that it's needful for us to be here for for this ministry, man. Okay, and ultimately, Tobit came to that understanding. But this is the spirit that the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are in. Ultimately, if death be um, one of the things that the Most High has on our plate, then we'll take that, no fucking problems. Okay, no questions, no inquiries about it. All right. So going back to this first stanza, now therefore deal with me as seemeth best unto thee. Okay, that's the spirit and the traits that would be the embodiment of the elect. Okay, of the man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Finishing off in Matthew 5:5, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Okay, so this is going to lead into the inheritance, the possession, the rulership of the entire universe. Okay, because it goes on to, it speaks about this thing is going to be a universal regime. This is going to be a universal kingdom empire that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has set up. What you think there's billions of galaxies upon quintillion. They said quintillion planets. It's one with 18 zeros, an unfathomable number of dwelling places, different nebulas and galaxies that contain billions of planets, man. You thought that was just out there for no fucking purpose, but the Most High creates everything for a purpose. That shit's just hanging in the balance, hanging out there and fucking in the void for nothing. Okay, that's for the elect. That's for Israel, ultimately in the kingdom to inherit and possess. But finishing off, we're gonna get this word meek. Matthew 5:5, praus, mildness of disposition, gentleness of spirit. Here's the kicker. Meekness towards the Most High is that disposition of spirit in which we accept his dealings with us as good, and therefore without disputing or resisting. Okay? That's a full relinquishing of your will and your own fucking desires, or what the fuck way that you think it should go. Okay? Or any, like these people say, my body, my choice. Okay? Or pretty much it's my prerogative, do as thou wilt, and all this shit. It's the exact polar opposite of that, is the meekness towards Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, like Tobit said, deal with me as seemeth best unto thee. Okay, and we're gonna thank you for it after. Like it says, the so-called fathers in the world, they chastise one of their students, or um, one of their soldiers, right? One of their inferiors, right? One of their employees, whatever it may be, and then you thanked them after you got chastised by the digger. So how much more to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that's doing this for us to obtain an eternal crown? All right. He said, and still thank him for it. It says in the Old Testament, the meek are those those wholly relying on the Most High rather than their own strength to defend against injustice. Okay, decreasing so that He may increase in us, that Your will may be done, like it says. The day that doeth the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai abideth forever. Okay. It says, thus meekness towards evil people means knowing the Most High is permitting the injuries they inflict, that He is using them to purify His elect, and He will deliver His elect in His time. Okay. Like it says, to bear the indignation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. Because He's doing it to us to purify us, to ultimately make us fit for the master's use, which is going into it is to formally um Salakia, to dedicate Salakia, to dedicate formally to the divine purpose. Okay. To be fit for the master's use. That's what the process that the elect is undergoing by the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Okay. So with that, all honor, praises, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kadash.